And in finance world, we're going to begin with the top lines as always. The 4-month window under the Income Declaration Scheme 2016 opens on June 1st. Allows domestic black money holders to declare their ill-gotten wealth by paying a tax and penalty totaling 45%. Scheme was announced by the government with an aim to fish out black money from the domestic economy. The government has notified raising the threshold limit of PF withdrawal for deduction of tax from existing 30,000 rupees to 50,000 rupees. No tax would be deducted at source for PF withdrawals of up to 50,000 from June 1st. Government puts in place a centralized facility which will enable consumers to apply online for installation of solar rooftops on their premises. Centre has already approved 5,000 crore rupee subsidy for solar rooftops from the Clean Energy Fund over the next 5 years. India's domestic air traffic market grew the fastest in the world for the 13th consecutive month in April, says the International Air Transport Association. Grew at nearly 22%, propelled by a relatively strong economy as well as by substantial increases in service frequencies. And Microsoft chief Satya Nadella met Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other ministers to discuss issues pertaining to the IT sector. An enhancing partnership for initiatives like Digital India has offered support to various government initiatives. All right, and some news for today. Well, senior CBDT officials will hold an online talkathon today to create awareness about the 4-month window beginning June 1st, that's tomorrow, for declaring domestic black money. The talkathon on Income Declaration Scheme on 31st May, that's today at 7 p.m. CBDT members to answer questions asked on #AskOnIncome Disclosure. The scheme will be on till September 30th. And the Central Board of Direct Taxes had earlier said declarants will enjoy immunity from scrutiny or inquiry under the now scrapped Wealth Tax Act, IT Act and Benami Transactions Act, but subject to conditions, of course. All right, and those GDP figures are going to be coming out today, and GDP for the fourth quarter as well as for 2015-16 are due for release today against a backdrop of great expectations about those numbers by rating agencies. Now, World Bank and International Monetary Fund have pegged growth at 7.5%. Now, remember, Q1 GDP was 7.6%. The GDP for the second quarter of the year stood at 7.7%, and the GDP for Q3 for the year stood at 7.3%. What the data is going to be for the whole year as well as the fourth quarter is something that will come out today. And now let's get you an update on the markets. We're going to begin with the US markets first, tell you how they performed in trade yesterday. The US markets were up in yesterday's trade. The Dow, S&P 500 as well as the Nasdaq, as you can see, closed in the green. The Dow up about 45 points in yesterday's trade. A similar trend was seen in the European markets as well, and they were also trading in the green. The FTSE 100 as well as the DAX both up, although the FTSE 100 very marginally, a gain of just 5 points. The Asian markets, we're seeing that the kind of cues that they've been taken are similar, except for the Straits Times. All the other bosses trading in the green, the Hang Seng, the Shanghai Composite, as well as the Nikkei and the SGS Nifty also could be reflecting. That's what we're going to be seeing in the Indian bosses today as well. Yesterday, they did manage to close in the green. So we'll be keeping a track for the markets for you as well later on in the day. But for now, for the rest of the news, it's back to Sakal and Nancy.